Boom, 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 boom. I need to record a video for YouTube. That is how I start my videos, I guess. No, that was just me just checking the audio. Yeah, okay, let's start this for real. What's up, guys? Mr.Irrelevant artist here. First, let me just say hello to everyone new that's subscribed. We're almost at 300. Pew, pew, whoa. Yeah, insert sound effect. But in all seriousness, thank you guys for following my account. It really means a lot to me. I'm so glad people are watching my videos and really just seeing my art journey, and I hope that one day it inspires you to do the same and to document your own art journey. But yeah, let's get right into the video, guys. Okay, so as artists, I'm pretty sure you've been in this awkward situation where you're just doodling, minding your own business in peace, and then boom, suddenly a normie pops up and you're asking yourself, what's a normie? Basically a person that, doesn't really understand our struggles as an artist. Their whole personality is like mainstream. They're not really revolved around the whole art world. And what does a normie ask us when we're just doodling? The most infamous question of them all. Did you draw that? Yes, that question that we hear every single time. Or, whoa, can you draw me? I know, hurts just hearing it, right? But in all seriousness, it's weird. That question, it used to bother me. And I'm sure it has bothered you at one point. But you have to keep in mind, sometimes they're not trying to be mean. They just are genuinely curious about our ability to draw and our skill level. And so they really just want to compliment, but they don't really know how to. And so 9 times out of 10, they're just trying to be nice and give you a compliment. Okay, now segueing into the topic of this video, I had asked on TikTok in one of my videos, hey, what's the most annoying question you've ever been asked about your artwork? And I'm sure most of us have had these general questions, but I just wanted to make a really quick video on like, hey, these are my opinions and my thoughts on these type of questions we get asked. Also, if you want to participate in future videos just like this, go follow me on TikTok at Mr.Irrelevant Artist. And if you're coming from TikTok, please consider subscribing. It really helps me a lot. Okay, on to the first question. I hear this a lot, is why are they naked? Usually when you're drawing figures from the model, or maybe you're just drawing poses, chances are the figure is nude. They don't have any clothes. Most of us, when we're still trying to learn, anatomy, getting comfortable with drawing figures, we obviously have to draw them without clothes. We are trying to understand how muscles and form works as a beginner, and it's very difficult to get comfortable with the human figure if they have clothes on. If you follow me on TikTok, most of my poses that I make or use references from, they don't have any clothes on, and it's because I'm still trying to learn and get comfortable with the flow of the body and trying to see how folds work and just trying to get comfortable with the rhythm of the human figure. I remember this one time while I was in university and I took my first figure drawing class. I remember telling my mom that, hey look, I did this in class. We drew a naked person in the center of the classroom in different time intervals. And the first thing she did, or the first thing she said was, they were naked? Like naked? They didn't have any clothes? And I was like, yes mom, they didn't have any clothes. Yeah, this question, I feel like definitely will always hear it. Moving on to the second question. Oh boy, this is one of my favorites. It is, what is the meaning behind this piece? I don't know why, but every single time I hear this, I laugh inside a little bit. Don't get me wrong, it is slightly annoying, but I also think it's kind of hilarious. Like normies, for some reason, they always assume every art piece has to have this very deep-rooted meaning behind its creation. However, reality check, that isn't the case anymore, especially in how today anything in the world of contemporary art, anything can be considered art. In case in point, the banana with the tape. I'm sure everyone has seen this image at one point already. Besides, it's kind of funny to know that eventually somebody out there, someone else will find meaning to your artwork, even if you didn't originally have any meaning behind it. For example, when I was in university, I did these giant 4x4 panels of hands and feet, and I kid you not, I was just studying hands and feet. I wasn't good at drawing hands and feet. So I took the time to draw them and then paint them. And I just remember my family members asking me, "Oh my God, they're so beautiful, but what is the meaning behind it?" And I don't know, I just couldn't hold the laughter. And I was like, dude, I kid you not, I just wanted to draw hands and feet. So yeah, basically, people can draw whatever. And it doesn't have to have a meaning. It could be the smallest meaning. Alright? Okay, and for the third one, this isn't necessarily a question. It's more of something I just wanted to add in this video. And it is, whoa, you're so talented. And okay. At one point, I will make a whole dedicated video on talent versus hard work. But sometimes people, they want to compliment you. And they'll say, oh my God, you're so talented. And, you know, this video isn't to bash on anyone who compliments someone that says they're talented. But basically, it almost feels like you're undermining all the hard work and all the hours an artist had to put in to figure out how to just draw whatever they wanted to draw, whatever they wanted to learn. But us as artists, I think most of us know that they aren't necessarily trying to be mean. We know that they want to compliment us, but they've just never been exposed to the art world, so they don't really know how to convey this, you know, a nice compliment or a nice critique in our artwork. Like, talent sounds like you were kind of already born with all this knowledge of art, but the truth is most of us aren't. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are those people that are crazy talented already, but I think it's just a jump start, and I feel like there's a giant gap between a talented person and a hardworking person, and it's all filled in just by putting in the hard work. So yeah, for me personally, I feel like hard work will always be talent. Okay, moving on to question number 4, and it is that character from Fortnite? No, it's not. Just kidding, we're not doing that. The real question is, hey, what pencil are you using, or what brushes are you using? For me, this is definitely a little nitpick. Like, I do find this question very annoying. I think every time I hear it, it's because I have a weird feeling someone's asking me this question because they think the material is what's gonna make them develop the same skill level that I currently have, or I don't know, the pencil does all the magic or the brush does all the magic. But that isn't true. However, I also have to consider, hey, some people are new to drawing and are new to this whole art world, and they really are just curious on, hey, what are materials we are using, because they just don't know any. So it's a weird juxtaposition of knowing, like, hey, you know, maybe someone is just trying to get a new hands-on material, and I don't think anyone's trying to be annoying. We have to remind ourselves that, hey, some people they genuinely are curious. But like I mentioned before, just because you own the same material as I or a different professional artist, it's not going to make you magically have this ability to draw shapes and faces. You have to put in the work, put in the time to figure out your principles, your fundamentals, all that good jazz. I will also add, I think having a good quality material does make a difference. It'll make the process. I think sometimes having cheap materials do kind of suck. Like, it can be harmful in the learning process. For instance, when I was learning watercolor, I bought these very cheap watercolor set that the pigment was terrible, and it kind of made me think that watercolor is just like that. But the truth is, not every watercolor set is created equally. There's obviously higher brands. There is some like distinction of like good quality brand, medium, and very cheap material. And as for brushes, I added this question in there because how I had mentioned, just because you get a new brush pack, they're not really tailored for you, they're tailored for that artist that's been practicing. Like, I think some artists create these brushes for like shortcuts, right? But it's because they have already a good understanding of fundamentals, so they understand how to do it the long way first, so the shortcut just saves them a lot of time. So a new artist, when they try to pick up these brushes, they're gonna be totally confused and be like, why can't I do the thing that other artist was doing? And again, it's because those brushes aren't tailored for you, and you're missing a big chunk of the information, a big chunk of fundamentals. Okay, and for the last question, it's gonna be, why don't you draw realistically? You can make so much more money that way. This one hurt, because I absolutely hate when people assume the only way you can make money is by drawing realism, or rather that realism is like the superior art style. Don't get me wrong, I do like realism. I love the techniques they use, but I don't think it's the best and the most superior art style out of all of them. This is what the general public, normies, right, think that, hey, realism is like God tier, it's the best. Reality check, that isn't the case. They think cartoon styles is very simple and easy, but the truth is a cartoony style is actually way more difficult because you have to make a lot of decisions on how to breaking something down that's already complex into a very simplistic form, but also keeping enough, like just enough information to make it look very appealing, and that is very difficult. So yeah, that skill right takes a long time to develop. You don't just make money with realism anymore, okay, Karen? Have you heard of NFTs? Just kidding, guys, we don't do NFTs here. Okay guys, so those are all the questions I had for today. Hopefully you found this video sort of entertaining, and if you did, please give this video a like, share it with your friends, leave a comment please. I love reading everyone's comment. If you want to support me, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, it really helps a lot. Follow me on TikTok also. We're at 21k now, I think. Crazy, it's insane over there. Hopefully in the future I can start uploading daily, but as of right now, I'll only be uploading once a week. I'm going to try my best to stick to that schedule. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching, and please enjoy the rest of this time lapse.
ただいま。おかえりなさい。